Should pop up. There it is. Now, we know you're running Lutyens, and this is Big O in the Prince Rupprecht, the Tier 9 German tech tree battle cruiser. It's a very fun line of ships, and they are well known for really good secondaries. Their main battery is not bad. They've got weakish armor, but they've got really good torpedoes. And by the way, they also have German hydro that doesn't reach out quite as far as the standard battleship line, but it's still quite useful.
That's because that got nerfed.
It did.
Namely Rupprecht and Schlieffen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm curious why you said you've got Lutyens on the Rupprecht. Are you regrinding this line or something?
No, I just wanted to go back to the early access mode when I had Lutyens on Rupprecht. Boy, was it fun.
Okay, because I would imagine you'd probably want to put them on Schlieffen instead, right?
No, I prefer Rupprecht over Schlieffen.
Really? Why is that?
Because when you're in a match like I am in now, we're on top tier, nothing can stop it.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so tier for tier, you're saying it's more powerful against 7s compared to Schlieffen against 8s. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I would probably agree with you. It's a very powerful ship. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at Big O's setup. So Big O is choosing to run main armaments modification 1, damage control, secondary battery, steering gears, concealment, and finally main battery. Okay, so let's take a look at your maneuverability. Your rudder shift time is 12 seconds. Now, rudder shift is very important because once you start committing into a push, if you've got hydro going, you need to be able to turn your rudder to dodge torpedoes. Also, you need to be able to angle your armor against battleships and stuff. So it makes sense to go with steering gears there. I was just taking a look. Stock, it's 15.4 seconds. Now, I generally like to have rudder shift under 15 seconds for battleships, so that's good. Your first slot, main armaments mod 1, you're trying to protect your torpedo launchers, right?
Correct.
Okay. This is one of the few lines where you may consider auxiliary mod instead, simply because that keeps your secondaries alive longer. For this line of ships, your secondaries do a lot more work and damage than even a secondary spec battleship would do. So keeping your secondaries alive is important. Torpedoes are nice too. In my experience, I find that torpedo tubes die regardless of what I choose on these ships, even with buffed Lutyens, but we'll talk about that in a moment. And then the same thing down here in the 6th slot, you've run main battery modification 3. Alternately, I know that some people like to go all in on the secondaries and run aux mod instead. But it makes sense if you're buffing your torpedoes and turrets, then obviously you want your turrets to be firing as much as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And these are 4 6mm guns, so they do actually pack quite a punch too when they hit things. They are quite powerful.
They overmatch at 27, which is most cruisers at top tier.
That's correct. That's correct. So I understand.
When it's top tier against like tier 7s, nothing can. What am I trying to say? Can't bounce it.
Right. Okay, so it basically overmatches everything is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
All right, so we know you've got Lutyens as your captain, and you're doing your standard secondary focused build. Now, you go with preventative maintenance. Lutyens has a buff to preventative maintenance, so that now has been changed to include secondary batteries and anti-air. So 20% survivability for those two, and then an overall 45% risk decreased risk of modules becoming incapacitated. Now, modules are things like engines, rudder, and main battery and torpedo tubes. So this helps keep the torpedoes alive even more so than standard preventative maintenance, and that jives well with main armaments mod 1. And then you've got IFHE, and obviously your 2 secondary skills that follow, Adrenaline Rush, and then Concealment and emergency repair. Why did you go emergency repair instead of fire prevention?
Because you only get 3 heals. And yeah, you only get 3 heals. So with the emergency repair, you get 4.
Okay. That's correct. You have 4 charges of repair party. Now, one thing I wanted to point out too is emergency repair also increases the number of repair party, damage control party consumables. That's important because for this line, you have a finite number of damage control consumables. It's called the fast damage control team, and standard you only have 4 charges, which can add up pretty quick. It's
the Russian damage control.
Right. So having the extra charge of that comes in handy. Plus, you can see the or DCP is active for their 10% duration as well. So instead of 10 seconds, it's active for 11. That keeps you from being set on fire for 1 extra second once you're using DCP. So that makes perfect sense. I just wanted to highlight that. As far as flags, you've got anti-det, ramming, hydroacoustic search, and of course secondaries.
Having a nice long hydro really helps.
Of course, because the thing about these ships, right, is that once you deploy them, once you activate and go, there's really no stopping it. The only way you stop it is if you die. Because what a lot of people will do, we see this in competitive all the time, they'll go in and they will commit, and then they'll try to stop and uncommit in like a Schlieffen. And what happens? It gets focused down and dies anyways. So if you're going to commit it, you got to commit it. And so that's why the hydro comes in handy, because when you commit, you need your hydro going, and then you want to extend the time of that. I'm surprised you aren't running other flags. Are you trying to conserve?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because obviously heal boost and speed boost would be 2 really good ones. Also consumables, because that helps your DCP. So those 3 would be really good flags, and probably burn reduction, fire reduction would be a good one too. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into your replay then, and take a look at how this plays out.
Good luck, everyone. Much obliged.
So about before I was hold on.
Okay. While he's doing that, let's take a look at your lineup. You are indeed top tier. There's a carrier on both sides.
Awaiting instructions.
Got a sub. Pommern and FDG are probably secondary spec. Wu Jing is going to be a pain in the butt, unless you get real close to him. I didn't mention it, but you take IFHE on this line so you can pen 32 millimeters with all your secondaries.
Namely with the 105s, which there is a plethora of them on each side.
Well, right, that's what I mean. Like, your 150s automatically do, but you need IFHE so that the smaller caliber secondaries will pen 32.
It's insane, like, how fast they fire, and that's because of the sheer number of them. Like, by the time the last one fires, the first and second one are already firing again.
Okay. All right.
Then you add Adren Rush on top of that.
So tell me what's going on in your mind when you see this kind of a lineup, because it's pretty battleship heavy and cruiser heavy, which actually is pretty good for you.
I'm thinking, see, on this map, I was thinking go for the flank, since I'm on the side with the only destroyer, and go up to 10 line and try to sneak up on him. But then when I realized he's not going for the flank either, I'm just going to turn in and go fight at the cap.
Who's he? The Vakalin over there?
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, usually a line like this, you want to play on the flanks, or very close to islands. You play it kind of like a cruiser, right? Where you need the island shields to protect you from incoming fire and all that kind of stuff. And hello, Cookie.
Unfortunately, on this side, that That does not favor me.
That does not what?
There's no islands where I spawned, basically. I mean, there's
Right.
that big one, but...
Right.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
I'm surprised you shot your guns there. I mean, I guess you had a shot on the Vakpellen, so you took it. But the other thing is you could have used that smoke to try to get closer before you open fire, right?
Direct front.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna clear? One shell. And the one shell makes it. Wow.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Yeah, I want to also mention you're quite lucky that the enemy Colorado decided to get scared and turn and run. Because if he pushed farther south and got on your side, he could be a real problem.
Requesting assistance.
Long time no see indeed. Alright, so you guys can't see it because I've got the chat blocked, but I do like how you're telling the team, okay, we got the Vakpellen, now they're not going to want to push on their side. So you're kind of saying there's no need to chase here. Focus on the middle or the enemy's push. And you can see the Tirpitz now going into the center of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, if they're running, and I've said this before, let them run. They're gonna go to the back, kite you away, they're running away. I don't see it as kiting. They're running. Go do something else. Go help your team. Get back to them later.
Well, I mean, so the St. Louis and the Otago are both fire spamming cruisers. They could be a real problem if you just kind of let them have their way. So you got to be careful of that. As you can see right now, it looks like Otago is shooting at you. Oh, look, you're on fire.
The ship is on fire.
Insta DCP. Why did you DCP one fire?
My thumb slipped.
Okay. I was gonna say you were just behind cover, so you weren't gonna be spotted once you know, after a DCP there. You shot, you got spotted again, but DCPing one fire could have been fine if you planned to stay dark, is what I'm getting at, and not be spotted again. This Mayhem is smoking you?
I think he did. I'm not sure.
Tirpitz in the middle is about to die. Cookie, how's your Friday going?
Many thanks.
Why are you turning your guns left? I'd keep them right for the Colorado. Oh, you're thinking of the St. Louis, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, Colorado's so far back. Not too worried about him.
Fire on the designated target.
Right, you're gonna get into secondary range on him, and you want to keep your guns on the St. Louis. Doctor appointment, and let you skip PE. There you go. And nice hit. 2 citadels. There's the left click. What is this Mayhem doing? He smoked him. He smoked you, and then he's just running around shooting his guns. Yeesh.
That's what I said.
And there he goes. Now, MHG is a clan of Unicum to Blunicum players, which means these guys generally know how to play the game. Which is why they're quite a threat. So it was good to see you get the 2 citadels on him, but as you can see, he knows enough to say, "Up, I'm out of here." And I would expect him to also know how to angle his armor and stuff so that you can't citadel him unless you catch him like you caught him while he was stuck reversing and stuff. So these shells, for example, will most likely be bounced. Or not, or you get 3 pens on him because he didn't react. Interesting. Sometimes you can, as you play the game and the battle itself, you can kind of get an idea of what certain players are going to do and how they're going to react. I'd be looking at this Atago. Why are you so focused on the St. Louis?
He's the bigger threat, in my opinion.
Okay. He's so far away, though. It's just... I don't know that you're going to get much more damage on him unless you trick him into coming after you. But since you smacked him earlier, I doubt he's going to want to do that, you know?
Torpedoes to port.
Oh, this Atago's going broadside.
The ship is on fire.
Only one. Oh, double fire. I would DCP that. You're not. You're gonna heal and... okay. Little delayed reaction on the DCP there.
Problem solved, sir.
The game audio and music both sound a bit muffled.
Torpedoes astern.
Hold on a second. I'm not sure why that would be the case. Are other people noticing that too?
Protect that area.
Hey, Duckman.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Duckman, are you noticing any mufflage?
Affirmative.
Now, here's a big decision point for you. Do you go into the middle or do you go north? If you go into the middle, you're probably going to get focused.
Submarine.
Hey, Rob. Yeesh. You really want that St. Louis dead. I like the decision to turn north, by the way. You aren't noticing any muffling. Okay. So Discord made a change or something to where if you're using headphones, like Bluetooth headphones that have a headset feature versus a standard headphone feature, they require you, it seems like they require you to use the headset feature. It's really weird. So I need to research that and figure out what's causing that. There's a way to fix it. So anyway, looking at the game, you're down by a bit, so I'm surprised you didn't luck chuck torpedoes ahead of the Wuching. I guess you're on Hydro, so you figured they'd be detected. Nice Citadel. Shooter! You're just using speakers? Got it. No, but what I'm saying though is, Duckman, I need to set, like, my own audio needs to be set to the headset earphone, even though I normally stream with headphones for my audio. So for me, the sounds are a little muffled as well. They're a little pixelated because the headset uses a different bit rate, like a lower bit rate or something. Anyway, I would definitely keep the guns focused on the St. Louis. So there you looked, but what I would have done is I would have looked with my right click there. That keeps the guns pointed on target. You would have had a shot on the St. Louis there. But because you were looking this way and not free looking, your guns kept on going the opposite direction. You know what I mean, Big O?
Yeah, I realized that too late.
Yeah, so get in the habit of looking with the right click. I always look with my right click. I don't just look around with like you're doing right now, because it just screws with the guns too much. Yeah, for Bluetooth. So I don't know if it was an update for Bluetooth or an update for Discord, but something's changed recently with that, which is quite annoying, but it is what it is. Ooh, Zeppelin's in the middle of the map. Why did you fire your guns like that? You just fired your rear gun.
No, I was trying to draw them out.
Oh.
Remember on the when Preußen came out, how I made the incomparable and Riga come around the corner? Because you fired all my guns.
Right. Okay, so you're just trying to get him to think that it's safe.
Yeah, I'm trying to bait him.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering he's already got another ship next to him, the Tianjin, I doubt he's going to do that. So I would just move and focus on the Zeppelin and the Santander.
Blood actually plays that one really smartly.
Who does?
Bloodlust. You had
Yeah.
Wookiee, OB.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wookiee clans.
Yeah, the Tianjin. Well, there's your secondary kill.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Yeah, exactly. Right, agreed. I agree with you there, SAT. Kill the Zeppelin because it's carrier. Why are you not using your main battery?
Secondary farm, why not?
Well, that allowed the Atago to get the kill instead of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're thinking I want to shoot the Santander with the guns, but the ironic thing is, if you had shot the carrier, your main guns probably would have reloaded in time because the Santander is running away like this.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target. Concentrate fire.
You're still down on ships by 2. You haven't had to deal with the sub yet. And you're scoping in to see what the Santander's guns are doing. Do they clear? Front battery does clear. Problem is, now you just got yourself decapped by shooting. Little aggressive there. Hipper's health is quite low. He's gonna stay in that Thunderdome. So, yeah, he could have kept on going full speed, but he slowed down. I would assume Big O slowed down so that he could get the cap on the base, but then he got himself detected, and got decapped. So you gotta choose one or the other. If you want the kill, then speed up and get the kill. But Tianjin is smart. He's gonna bow into the Santander, and that should take care of that. The big thing too is you've got a Hipper in front of you, and you don't have Hydro available now. Alright, some communication from the carrier. He's saying he's going to spot the cruiser, so he's going to go and spot the Hipper for you. I like the torpedo luck chuck. Might as well.
Roger.
You're looking at the Pommern as the bigger threat right now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But note that the Hipper's coming out. Okay, good. I was going to say, at least put your secondaries on him, which is what you just did. But again, with you looking around a lot, you're losing a lot of time for your turrets. You could have actually had a shot on him, too, if you free looked.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Problem solved, sir, so of course you're going to get set on fire again, right?
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
You didn't. Where is that sub? Here is he. I was just gonna say, I'm curious when you're planning on healing. He didn't pre-turn the guns. He doesn't have grease the gears. Oh, there's a sub.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Yeah, I know. I would have control-clicked on the sub, too. He crashed dove anyway.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
At least you've got Hydro. You can just park right over him now that you know where he is.
Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes to starboard.
There's your Kraken.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
And there's the sub.
Awaiting instructions.
Set your torpedoes to widespread, because he's probably going to surface.
Stations.
He's surfacing now. I'd be torpedoing him with widespread. And there you go. With the victory. Wow. And you're gonna, like, ram the sub as it's sinking. Alright, 163,000 damage. 3 close quarters experts. 6 kills. Not a bad game. Came in first by over 700 base XP. Over second place. Now, I'm curious. All right, your secondary battery, 279 secondary hits for almost 59,000 damage. Main battery, you still did more. Okay. And then you didn't get any torpedo hits, but you launched 40 of them. You want to hit I want to hit him with my sword. Yes, that's right. So you did the most against the St. Louis, almost 40,000. Pommern, the sub, the hipster, Aquilin early, Colorado. Now Wu Jing, you didn't kill him, but you did a lot of damage to him. There's the Otago, and the Santander, and the Graf Zeppelin.
Good evening. Hello.
Hello, Grunty. And let's take a look at credits and XP. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's pull in the replay render, and let's take a look at your battle overall. Like I said, they go really good game, pretty solid. The only thing I would say is try to get in the habit of using the right mouse button to free look.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that.
There were 2 cases in this game where that would have gotten you more shell hits, essentially, right? You'd be able to fire your guns quicker, and that could have been a difference, right? You could have killed the San Luis if you were ready for him, and then I think it was the Santander was the other one that you could have killed. No, yeah, and you could have even pre-turned against the Hipper at A and nailed him with the main battery too. I know you were expecting your secondaries to do it, but the quicker you kill something, the less damage they can do to you. If you got a full fire, like, on you, right, that could have been pretty disastrous for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going full disco today. I love it. Is that DJ Duckman's work? Now, Wookiee's in the Illinois. I saw he died. That's how he's going to die. I think he's going to YOLO into A. Yeah, not a good idea. Oof. And that render right there, you did have a chance to pre-torp the other side against the Wujing. I think you were trying to keep them for the San Luis, but I felt like you were trying to do too much at once right there. And sometimes when that happens, you end up doing nothing. This Zeppelin, though, terribly misplayed. There's no reason for him to charge like that. That's honestly what really threw the game for his team, right? If he's still alive, he picks off the Tianjin right here, and then the Shokaku dies to San Luis, or sorry, to the Santander, and that could have been a very different game as a result. But nah, he decided to throw a ship away. So. So, Big O, I'm guessing for a title for this, you would just go with Bert?
Bert.
I had a feeling. This is Rupprecht on Sleeping Giant. All right, anything else? Any questions at all? I mean, I think we've kind of covered this. There's not really a lot to analyze, unfortunately. Okay. Well, thanks for sending that one in, and thank you for subbing with your Twitch Prime earlier today. It was really nice of you, man. And thank you very much for all your help with the channel. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. We're going to go to the Stream Raiders